Police Sports Club host Havelock Sports Club here at the park as both teams look to go into this new year with a victory. Police Sports Club coming into this game in the bottom of the table, while Havelock Sports Club in third place will have everything to play for. Both sides will be looking to secure the victory, as Havelocks, of course, will be looking to solidify their position in the cup segment, while Police will aim to get into the top four. I have Abdullah Yusuf with me in the commentary box. Abdullah, what sort of game do you expect, and let's hope the weather holds?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Romario, and good evening to all the viewers at home. Yes, it's just wonderful overcast conditions, but we can now see a very slight drizzle coming onto the ground. Let's just hope that it keeps away, because the conditions are just ideal for good, hard-running rugby. Just coming back to both teams this year, both teams have had a bit of mixed performances, isn't it? Both teams not getting off to the ideal start. You'd probably have to say Police Sports Club playing at home and going by their past results are slight favourites for this game. Havelocks started off well with a good win, I believe, against Navy, but then dropped off thereafter. A surprise loss to CHNFC, and then narrowly beat Army a couple of weeks ago at Havelock Park. So they will definitely look forward to an improved performance. Police, on the other hand, just going down for a couple of games, gave CRNFC a really good run in that second game of the season, and then just going down to defending champions Kandy up in Nittavara. So all in all, I think we are in for a really good game, as we can have a look at the weather forecast. It's mostly overcast today, a very slight wind, really non-existent to a greater extent. So if conditions remain the same, Romario, I think overall we can expect a really good, keen tussle between both these teams.
Indeed, weather will no doubt play a massive role in this game. And if we are to have a good running open rugby here at Police Park, we will really need the weather to hold. We will go in for a quick commercial break, and on the other side we will be with the stats, team cards and kickoff.
Cricket's American Revolution, American Premier League 2023, 19th to 31st December. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
මේ ක්‍රිස්මස් සීසන් එකේ ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනා ගන්න කැමතිද? එහෙමනම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් කනෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙන ඔයාලට අඟල් 65ක ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනා ගන්න chance එකක්. ඒකට කරන්න ඕනේ මාසයක් පුරාවට ඔක්කොම ඩයලොග් ටීවී channels බලන්න පුළුවන් රුපියල් 499ක seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න එක විතරයි. ගෙදර හැමෝටම සතුට ෂෙයා කරන්න. My Dialog app එකෙන් නැත්නම් SMS හරහා seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය Dialog Television.
Kutumi, Fantamai.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
For 6, Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch, Volk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
මක්කතුමි ෆන් තමයි.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big leagues now.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big leagues now.
Taken.
Big leagues now.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
8 contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Welcome back to Police Park. As you can see, both teams are going through their warm-up routines. On your screen now is the police outfit playing at home for the 3rd time. Will definitely want to get a good win today. A lot on the line in this game. Both teams are desperately looking forward to getting this win in order to stay in contention to make it for the cup segment. The way things are going, looks like CRNFC and Kandy pretty much have sealed their positions. There is a keen tussle between CHNFC, Police Sports Club and Havelock Sports Club. So in that context, this game is absolutely crucial for both teams. Let's just hope that the weather stays good, because both these teams do like to spread the ball a bit. And if conditions suit and stay as it is now, there are definitely some exciting backs in their line for them to showcase their skills.
Yes, and you can see the points table for this weekend. It was CR, of course, are topping the table after their victory against CHNFC last evening. However, Kandy and Havelocks, of course, have a game in hand. And Police in 6th place. They will not be too happy with the start that they have had to this season, having won just one game and lost 2 out of their 3 games. So there'll be quite a bit of change happening to this table after today. But for now, it's CR in top position, Kandy in 2nd and Havelocks in 3rd. And CHNFC, of course, after their defeat yesterday, they still remain in 4th position. But I think Police will have an opportunity to move into the top 4 if they are able to secure a bonus point victory here this evening.
Yes, again, Romario, just looking at that points table, you can see the importance of bonus points, isn't it? Not just the losing bonus point, but even those 4 tries, the bonus point which you get for scoring 4 tries. So that's just so important. You can see Police Sports Club have just got that 1 bonus point, and that's why they find themselves below Army Sports Club as well. So overall, I think it's going to be really important that both teams put their best foot forward today in order for them to remain in contention to make it through to that cup segment.
And of course, Lasindu Karunatilaka, he added to his try scoring tally yesterday, and he still sits pretty on top with 5 tries. Lasantha Kumar has entered into the top 2 with 4 tries, and of course Dinupa, Tuan and Azmir Fajuddin, all on 3 tries each, are in tied position for 3rd. So there'll be a few players who will be aiming to get on the try scoring sheet today, and of course no doubt move ahead. And Tenuka Nanakara and Hirusha Nethmina sits pretty on top with 40 points each after their game yesterday. But Tarinder Ratwata and Samuel Madhuanta, along with Prince Chamar, they will all be looking to add to their tally as they go head to head this evening. Of course, Yafos hosting Kandy at Ratmalana, and Police taking on Havelocks here at Police Park. So plenty left to play for both teams and for the players on the leaderboards.
So we can see Havelock Sports Club on screen. Their forwards coach Danushka Boteju as well as head coach Salia Kumara on view. We'll definitely be looking forward for a better performance from their charges. We'll be really disappointed how that second half went in their last game against Army. They were comfortably placed at halftime, but just completely took their foot off the pedal, and Army very nearly came close to toppling them. They cannot afford that kind of performance this week against a very motivated Police outfit. We'll definitely need to put in an 80-minute performance for them to stay in contention. As we can see the Havelock's outfit just going through a huddle. Few minutes, last few encouraging words from their skipper, Azmir Tajuddin.
Indeed, Havelock Sports Club will be bitterly disappointed with their performance last weekend. So would Police Sports Club, as they went down to Kandy in quite unfortunate fashion. They did have Kandy under the pump in the first half and going into the second half as well, but from then on Kandy somehow managed to pull away and secured victories. So Police will be aiming to put the record straight, and Havelocks of course will be hoping for an 80 minutes performance to secure this game.
See the Havelock's outfit going into the dressing room for their final change. Police grounds looking pristine condition. Once again, Romario, let's just hope that the weather gods stay kind to us and stay away. If it does happen, then no doubt we can be in for an exciting game of rugby.
Yes, and the visitors, Havelock Sports Club, have made three changes, in fact, to their lineup. Shehan Silva, Azmir Fajuddin and Faiz Abdullah in the front rows, Ganidhu Veerasinghe and Shehan Dias in the second row, while Shenal Silva, Udara Lakshan and Janidhu Fernando comes in for Christian Delisle as they round off the run-on 8. Ravin Fernando and Sandesh Jayavikrama, they stick in the half-back positions, while Mushin Falil and Dinupa Seneviratne are in the centres. They have been important in the first three games and they'll be looking to carry their form through, while Randita Varnapura has been strong and Jayadu Rajaratne, he'll be relishing the opportunity, along with Samuel Madhuanta, who has been in sublime form, returning in to the run-on 15 for Havelock Sports Club. Nepula, Surya Rifan, Chanaka, Isuru, Christian Delisle, Sudesh Jayavikrama and Janit Chandimal. So a couple of Chandimals on the bench for Havelock Sports Club as they round off the match day 23 for Havelocks.
Yes, as far as Police Sports Club is concerned, the front row, Danushka Edrisurya, or rather we'll go in terms of the forwards first. Danushka Edrisurya, Shanaka Harishchandra, Amjad Fauzi will make up the front row. Hafiz Thabit and Nisal Samadhi will be the second rows. Lahir Tilagaratna and skipper Mohan Vimalratna, who normally takes his place in the second row, has moved to that open side flanker position and will be supported by the experienced Dulanjana Vijay Singha. An interesting addition to have a police outfit this week is the entrance of the experienced and very exciting Mithun Hapugoda. He'll man the number 9 jersey and will pair off with Prince Chamara. Matisha Pereira, Hiranta Pereira, along with the former fullback on the bench. Heshan Fernando, Deshan Fernando, Vihanga Shavin, Samir Singh, Udaya Sanjula, Shan Madhushankar, Shane Hopwood, Naveen Kanishka will be on the as you can see, the rain is slightly getting heavier here at Police Park. The ground staff is making the final arrangements before the team enter the ground. So the width of the ground slightly normally it's 60 point, normally it's 70, but slight change being done to the dimensions. 68.5 has been formed to us by coach Solaran Singer, the match commission.
apologies for the glitch. But we are back live as Havelock Sports Club things off from
very sound and effective throughout the season thus far. As we see Ravin Fernando feeding the ball into the scrum. That's a really good first scrum by Havelocks. Trying to get a bit of an advantage. Referee says play on. Again, not the best of passes by Ravin. But Havelocks have done really well to recover position. Ball sent out. Skipper Fajuddin takes the ball into contact. Madhuwanta trying a drop goal, but will fall short. And fullback Sachit Silva calls for the mark. Kicks it deep, doesn't find touch. Again, it's Madhuwanta going cross field and just managing to slot it into touch just outside the 25. So interesting option by Madhuwanta early on, as we now can see the rains are really pouring in here at Police Park. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams adapt to these conditions.
Indeed, Abdullah, as we see the rains pouring in, quite a surprising option there by Havelocks to go for the drop goal early on, and not from close range as well, about 45 meters plus. But now Dulanjana preparing in to throw into the first line out for Police Sports Club, secured by skipper Mohan Vimala Ratna at the front, and straight away an arm out for an advantage for Police Sports Club, with the referee saying that the jumper was infringed in the air.
Yeah, that was a really silly infringement by, I think it was Danushka Edrisur, if I'm not mistaken, the Havelock's front row. Or rather, sorry, it was Shehan Silva, the number 40 of Havelocks. Right in front of the referee. Prince Chamara doesn't find touch. Collected by Madhuwanta, who puts the ball high, doesn't gain much ground, but does brilliantly well to retrieve the ball himself. Ball comes out to Shehan Silva, who takes the ball up. Ravin Silva gives it to Ganindu, who takes the ball up. Looks like Police have turned position over. The referee has a stop play. So a knock-on has been spotted, picked up by the assistant referee by the looks of it. So it will be a scrum in favor of Police Sports Club.
I think that knock-on happened as the Havelocks player was taking the ball up into contact. Unfortunately, did not secure position with him as he dropped it forward. So now Police Sports Club with an opportunity from just inside the Havelocks half, with Dulanjana line up at number 8. The referee not happy with the way the scrum, the front row forwards went to their knees, and now just can see the referee Ravin Alexander laying the law down. Of course, Sarat Madugal and Pradeep Indika are his ARs in this game, as Mithun Habugoda feeds the scrum. Bit of pressure by Havelock Sports Club. Referee lets play go on, as police have somehow managed to secure things by the looks of it. Well, not really, as possession has been turned over now. Sandesh puts a boot to ball, a high hanging up and under. Two men getting in their way, but well collected. Now Sujan puts on some footwork, running across the field and gives it to the number 14 for Police Sports Club, as the ball is been kept alive, as Havelocks now have somehow managed to turn things over. Scrappy start by both teams, but still neither able to open the scoring, as Sandesh yet again puts boot to ball. Prince Charmer chasing things, somehow manages to secure possession, and now it's his turn. A high up and under, number 14 chasing for Police Sports Club, but well collected by Samuel Madhuanta. Sets things up for Havelocks. Now the ball sent wide, and here's the big prop forward putting on some footwork, and Hiranta penalized there for deliberately knocking the ball forward, as a long passage of play comes to an end with a penalty in favor of Havelocks.
Yes, that was quite cynical by Hiranta Pereira. Probably a bit lucky to get away without being yellow carded. He knew exactly what he was doing. Havelocks definitely had an overlap on that occasion. And that was a good break by the Havelocks forward, Shehan Silva. And more importantly, he tried to look for support. Did not go into contact, realizing that he had players outside him. Unfortunately, Hiranta Pereira's hand got in the way. Nonetheless, Havelocks have got a penalty, which they have kicked downfield and just outside the 22.
Good clearance kick there by Samuel Madhuanta. And now skipper Azmir Fajuddin preparing to throw in to a shortened line out. Ganidul Akshan at number 2 collects it, and the maul is set. Now the ball is with the number 6 for Havelock Sports Club, but the maul is brought down legally, as now ball sent to the line. Dinupa Seniratna puts on some footwork and a handoff, but unfortunately the ball isn't collected by Samuel Madhuanta, and Havelocks lose quite a few meters, but here goes the big number 6 barging his way forward for Havelock Sports Club. Quick ball coming in. Shenal gives it out to the big number 1 Faiz Abdullah, as unfortunately though he is bundled into touch.
This is interesting, the ball handling skills of the Havelock's front rows, isn't it, Romario? Both of them are willing to pass the ball, not just take it into contact. So that just adds something extra to their attack. Obviously, they have been working on that during the practice sessions.
And I think that tends to catch their opponents off guard as well, because they'll be expecting to take the ball and run it hard and straight, but instead they just pop a short ball.
Yes, and what that always does is when you catch the ball with both hands, you keep the opposition guessing as well. You're not sure whether they will pass or they'll take it up.
Now Dulanjana, this time goes deep. Not the best of throws, but collected. And now Mithun gives it out short to the police forwards as a secure position. Now Prince Charmer gives it out to Hiranta. He puts on some footwork, takes it up into contact. Ball secured, but not cleanest of deliveries. But Mithun Hapugoda shows and goes into contact. Some good counter ruck in there by Havelocks. Unfortunately though, illegally, says the referee. And tempers flaring up here at Police Park. We're hoping that there's nothing much in that. Just a few handbags. And the players getting to know each other better.
Yes, that breakdown was really messy. And it's a good thing that referee Alexander just called it out. He's got to lay the law early on as possible. So Prince Charmer having a discussion whether to go for goal or go to touch, but eventually deciding to go to touch. And does find touch. Taking play just right on the 22.
A good touch find there by Prince Chamara. And now first opportunity inside the Havelock's red zone. Police with possession. By the looks of it, an 8-man line out as Dulanjana. Goes to the number 2 position, collected by skipper Mohan Vimalaratna as the ball is presented, but a penalty goes the way of Havelock Sports Club as the Jackaler has rights, says the referee, and it's holding on.
Yes, you'd have to say a missed opportunity for Police. Had the opportunity to lay a good platform to launch an attack either through a driving maul or attack through the 10-12 channel. Madhuanda finds good touch just short of the halfway mark. We have a look at that once again. Some good work by Havelock's number 8. Janindu Fernando was quick to pounce on Police ball carrier as Havelocks win a good line out. Not the best of passes by Fernando. Nonetheless, Havelocks just managing to spread the ball out wide. A wonderful pick-up by Varnapura. Did brilliantly well to stay in play. Ball comes out again, spread out wide. And a nice break by Janindu. Unfortunately, his supporting player not able to hold on to the ball. Hapukoda deciding to go to touch. Well collected by Madhuanta, but there's no advantage, so the referee will come back for the knock-on.
Good passage of play there by Havelock Sports Club, but unfortunately the final pass, they're just trying to force the issue, you could say there. And in wet conditions like this, hanging on to those sorts of passes are extremely difficult.
Listen, even the distribution from the base of the scrum and at the breakdown just hasn't been great by Ravin Fernando. Just doesn't seem to have adjusted to this wet ball. So we'll need to just adjust his passing technique, keeping in mind of the wet conditions. Probably getting his fly half to come a bit closer to him will probably help.
Scrums though have been quite a shamble in this first 13 minutes. Not too many have been successfully concluded on the first go, and things will only get more difficult. Now Hapugoda preparing to feed the centre field scrum. Steady there as he feeds the ball. Unfortunately though, the front row for Police have lost their footing and gone down, and penalty the way of Havelock Sports Club.
Yes, I think it was Danushka Edirisurya, the loose head prop, who was penalized for that, and looks like Madhuanta has stepped up. He's way behind the halfway mark, deciding to go to the post. Well, we all know that is definitely within his range with a slightly heavy ball, and considering the underfoot conditions, it'll be a magnificent effort if he manages to put this over. As we have a look at that replay once again, you could see on the left-hand side of that scrum, Edirisurya losing his footing right in front of the referee. Madhuanta steps up, strikes it really well, and it goes over. What a wonderful strike by Samuel Madhuanta. from 55 meters, slots it right in between, and as a result, Havelock Sports Club have drawn first blood.
Lovely kick there by Samuel Madhuanta. And from the moment it left the tee, there was no doubt that it was going over. First points for the day, courtesy the boot of Samuel Madhuanta. 3 points to nil in favour of Havelock Sports Club. Now Prince Chamara preparing for the restart. Puts a high hanging restart. Collected well by Shehan Dias as he sets things up. Now Fernando gives it out to his forwards as Havelock Sports Club creating a bit of an angle for the kicker. Samuel Madhuanta puts a massive boot to the ball, but in centre field, collected by the number 34 Police Sports Club. The ball is out though, as somehow the number 27 for Police Sports Club, Sachit Silva that is, collects things up as the rains continue to increase. Unfortunately, the turnover isn't secured by Azmir Fajuddin, knocked on in the process, but Dulanjana for Police Sports Club. Now Prince Chamara. Unfortunately for Police, they don't seem to be on the same wavelength.
Because I think both teams just have got to keep in mind, unless they do have good front football to run from in these conditions, you don't want to be spreading the ball out wide when you are on the back foot. We're just coming back to that kick, Romario, 55 meters in these kind of conditions. And to slot it like that, absolutely brilliant by Madhuanta. We're talking about the kicking game being very important in these conditions. Not just out of the hand, but even from the tee.
Indeed, Abdullah rightly said. I think points from any part of the field will be really vital in such a game. Still the scrums not holding steady for the referee's liking, as he is calling the front rows over to have a bit of a word. Things are only going to get more difficult, and the conditions are going to get more tougher by the looks of it, as the rain is coming down in patches. Now Mithun Hapugoda prepares to feed the scrum. This time though, yet again the front rows go down, and I think now the referee should start to penalize things and make this game move forward.
Yes, but also it probably needs to be a bit empathetic towards both forwards, the front rows in particular.
Will it be a third time lucky for Mithun Hapugoda and Police? Will they manage to get the ball out, or will a penalty come? Will the referee's patience run out? Yes, indeed, the front rows go down. Referee's patience run out as he points the number 1. He isn't driving straight by the looks of it, and wasn't holding his weight, as a penalty goes the way of Police Sports Club. And now Prince Chamara looking for touch.
And finds touch reasonably well. This time the penalty going against the Havelocks. So both front row forwards will need to be mindful of the underfoot conditions. So we have a look at that once again. It was fed in, and it looked like it was the tight head prop forward of Havelocks. Faiz Abdullah was penalized. A good steal by Havelocks from that line out. Sandesh Jaivikrama deciding to go high. Sujan Kodituaku under it, collects it safely and passes it on to Sachit Silva. Or rather, Sujan Kodituaku is the one who ran up with the ball. Now Hapugoda evaluating his options, getting the ball out to his number 8. Police just biding their time. Now deciding to go out wide. Hiranda Pereira to Akash. Police trying to make some inroads, but Havelock's defense has stood firm so far. Ball has been recycled. And Prince Chamara throws a pass to Sujan Kodituaku, but just doesn't find the mark, and the ball goes into touch. Once again, teams need to be a bit wary of playing too much rugby in their own half in these conditions.
Yes, indeed. And you could have seen that Havelocks were clearly short on numbers, but Prince Chamara, from the moment he collected the ball, he did not look up and look straight. His eyes were always on the pass, and unfortunately for him, the pass too did not find its mark. So now Havelocks inside the opponent's half with a line out. Azmir Fajuddin, skipper, preparing to throw in to the line out. A shortened 4-man line out. And Ganidu Lakshan, Shehan Dias, the two targets. Ganidu goes up, but unfortunately loses the ball forward. And scrum in favor of Police Sports Club. So the unforced errors, handling errors, mounting with the conditions going from bad to worse.
Yes, the rain has just got much heavier here at Police Park. The start of the game, Romario, it was just ideal conditions, and we're definitely looking forward to it being a fast, open game. But just as we're about to commence the game, it started raining. Started with a slight drizzle, but the rain has definitely picked up since. Hapugoda passes it to Prince Chamara, who goes for a high up and under. That was a good chase by Akash, though not being able to hold on. And Havelocks have managed to retrieve possession and taken it up. But unfortunately, a knock on by Akash from that kick and chase. There was no advantage, so it will be a scrum in favor of Havelocks.
Massive bump off there by Udara Lakshan. By the looks of it, was the player who did find himself collecting the ball from open play and made a break. This was the knock-on, the initial knock-on by the Police player. But from then on, Sandesh gave it to the number 6, Lakshan, and Boomfa straight away runs over Mithun Hapugoda there. But thankfully for him and Police, not too much of damage done. Now the scrum, fed by number 9. 8-9 goes on a bit of a break as Havelock Sports Club through Sandesh takes the ball up into contact. Now Fernando gives it out to his big number 5 as Havelock Sports Club not gaining too many meters, but still with possession. Nothing really on there. And Samuel Madhuanta puts in a bit of a grabber, which takes Police inside their own 22.
Yes, again, just tactics is going to prove very important in this game. As much as possession, territorial battle is going to be very important. Just don't want to be playing too much rugby in your own half, because one mistake and it looks like the penalty kicks could prove very important in the final analysis of this game.
The referee not happy with something that happened there at the line out. Consulting his AR as Sarath Madugalla has his say, but by the looks of it, the referee is going for the initial knock on from the line out. Ball in favor of Police Sports Club. It will be really crucial with what team can pin their opponent down in their half. I think that team will be in with quite a bit of a say in this game.
Yes, and the reason why that territorial game is so important is it just gives you a chance to apply pressure on the opposition. Because sometimes in these conditions, not playing too much rugby can be to your advantage. Another good strike by Police. Hapugoda to Prince Chamara, who finds good touch. But looks like the assistant referee has picked up a late hit.
By the looks of it, the charge down. The number 7 just ran straight into the Police kicker.
Yes, and that was the infringement. A late hit on Prince Chamara, picked up by the assistant referee. So it will be a penalty. I think it was Chanel Silva. It's a well-known affinity number 7s have towards their opposite number 10s.
They surely do love lining up a number 10 to these number 7s, but on that occasion, unfortunately, a bit too late, and the referee penalizing Chanel Silva. Now Prince Chamara puts boot to ball, and the touch finder not gaining too many meters. Still, however, Police inside their opponent's half. It will be Dulanjana to throw in to this line out, and seems to be a shortened line out with Police trying to run a first phase move. But having said that, we can see a forward at the number 9 position as well as the maul is set up. Now Police Sports Club driving forward with the Dulanjana securing the pill at the tail of the maul. Somehow breaks there Dulanjana and sets things up for Police Sports Club. Now Hapugoda gives it out to Prince Chamara. He has a couple of forwards but finds Hiranta. Now through the hands it goes. Akash shows, but unfortunately for him, he lost control of the ball, and a slight knock on there.
We'll have to give marks to Police for trying out something. Going wide, very nearly managing to breach that first line of defense. Fortunately, the wet ball letting them down. But it's good to see Police, despite the conditions, trying to create something out wide. You just sense, Romario, both teams are just trying to get themselves in the correct position to just try and apply a bit of pressure along the fringes. They don't want to do it in this midfield area. As Robin Fernando trying to outfox his opposite number, Mithun Hapagoda, which he has done. So the youngster will be pretty happy that he has managed to get one over his more experienced counterpart. Hapagoda playing against his former team. Prince Chamara makes no mistake with the kick. So we have a look at that replay once again. Hapagoda just a little bit over eager. And you'd have to say, young Fernando played that pretty well as well, Romario.
Yes, he saw that Hapagoda was quite eager to take the number 9. And just a slight dummy there, and Hapagoda bought it all ends as Havelocks find themselves just a couple of meters outside the police 22. Fajuddin throws to the number 6 position, knocked forward by police as Shehan Dias takes the ball in. Now Fernando gives it out to the big number, the big prop forward in the number 13, Shehan Silva. Here goes the 3 quarters for Havelock Sports Club. Bit of a grabber there with pressure on him, but unfortunately does not find too many meters.
Yes, probably a good gain for Havelocks. Just driving play into police territory. You can see that the lineouts have been quite scrappy.
Unfortunately for Havelock Sports Club, police secures the line out. The ball, however, squirts out from the ruck. Prince Chamara takes it up into traffic. Now sets things up for Police Sports Club as Hapagoda barks instructions and well, this time puts in a box kick. Unfortunately though, yet another knock on by Akash by the looks of it, and possession now in favor of Havelock Sports Club. This time though inside the opponent's 22.
So I think that was a tactical error by Hapagoda. He needed to go deep, not high. Needed to drive play back into Havelock's half. Put it high. Akash did well to chase it, but again just knocked it on. And a good position, attacking position for Havelocks inside the 25.
Now Fernando feeds the scrum from the number 8's foot, gives it out to Sandesh. He gives it out to Dinupa. Wrap around play. Sandesh finding Samuel Madhuanta. Randita Varnapura with a man to beat. Gets on a fend, beats 1, beats 2. Goes on in the corner. Has he dotted down? By the looks of it, yes, says the referee. And that's the opening try of the game for Havelock Sports Club.
Yeah, brilliant work by Varnapura. He had everything to do. He had didn't have much space at well, but just kept his composure. 2 police defenders running into each other, which probably helped Varnapura's cause as well. And what a crucial try that proved to be. As we have a look at that replay once again. Nice wraparound pass. Madhuanta joining the line. Varnapura yet had a lot to do. A nice ward off, resulting in 2 police players bang into each other, which helped Varnapura to go over for the first try of the game. You probably have to say not the best of defensive work by police. Madhuanta with the conversion attempt. Strikes it well. And it's over. So Madhuanta has definitely got his kicking boots on today, and police will need to be on notice. As a result, Havelocks finding themselves 10 points to nil up as we enter the last 5 minutes of this first half.
Yes, and as you see that replay, you can see Samuel Madhuanta got some great connection there, and that was clear from the onset that that was piercing the uprights. So 10 points to nil in favor of the visitors with just about 5 minutes or more left on the clock. Prince Chamara to restart proceedings. This time goes out on the bounce as Havelock just shepherds the ball, the bouncing ball into touch, and now Havelock Sports Club will be just looking to clear their lines.
Yes, this last 5 minutes of this half is going to be very crucial for Police. They have to ensure that they get some form of points going into half time. Fajuddin with the throw-in. Finds Ganindo. Nice clean take. Again, not the best pass by Fernando. Nonetheless, Havelock's good enough to clear it up. And Jaya Vikrama hoists it high and deep. Safely collected by the Police wing three-quarter, who kicks it across right into Madhuvanta's hands, and Madhuanta has returned it with interest. And has he overcooked it? Unfortunately, he has, so it'll be a scrum. Right back on the Heavies 22, or just outside. You could see what Madhuvanta was trying to do. He was aiming to get a 50-22, but unfortunately did not get the direction right. So have a look at that replay once again. And just the wet outfield, enabling the ball to skid over the deadline. So again, it's just all matter of adapting to conditions, being aware on how to adjust, not just taking the ball into contact, but even when kicking. Despite that error, Madhuvanta has been really good for Havelocks today.
He'll be bitterly disappointed with the opportunity that was presented to him. But having said that, now Police. Hapugoda feeds the scrum, gives it out to Prince Chamara. He runs across, gives it to Akash. But unfortunately for Police Sports Club, nothing seems to be going their way in this first half, and that pass too called forward by the referee.
This is interesting that Police are showing a lot of intent to play the ball out wide. Probably expected them in these kind of conditions to maybe make a number 8 break, create a couple of phases, attack along the fringes rather than going out wide first phase itself, but seem to have other ideas. So far it hasn't paid off.
Bit too expansive from first phase there by Police, and now a penalty considered the way of Havelock Sports Club, as the front rows are continuing to infringe, and the referee is having none of that, as by the looks of it, it was Amjad Faumi, the guilty party, and Madhuvanta puts in a massive touch find and takes play just outside the Police 22.
Yeah, that was an excellent kick by Samuel Madhuvanta, driving play right back into Police's half. Final minute of this first half on our clock. Police have to ensure they do not concede any more points for the remainder of the last few seconds. Havelocks, on the other hand, will be eagerly looking to extend their lead. Cleanly collected ball, and Havelocks have employed a driving ball. They've got some good momentum going. Maul seems to have disintegrated a certain extent, but Police, you'd have to say, have done well to take that down. And you'd have to say a missed opportunity for Havelocks. Generally, the ball is transferred to the back of the maul and Fajuddin controls it, but on this occasion that just did not happen. So we have a look at that once again. See Fajuddin asking for the ball, but it never came out through the channel. And once it broke off from that initial maul, Havelock's were always up against it to get the ball back. So a reprieve for Police. Just looking forward to getting this ball away. Another big scrum by Havelocks. They have turned possession over via knock on. Ravin asking for his forwards to break away from that maul. It'll be a pick and go. See Fernando egging his forwards on. These are the correct tactics in these conditions. Could sense Havelocks trying to draw a penalty in their favor. Nice wrap around. Nice angle by Mushin Falil. And they have managed to get the penalty. This is not what Police wanted. As a matter of fact, this is absolutely the last thing Police would have wanted. And very correctly taking the points as we have a look at the replay once again. Nice wrap around and a wonderful angle by Falil. And from this point on, Police were always under pressure. And you could see there was a Police player not on his feet playing the ball and very correctly penalized. So Madhuvanta, who has been excellent from the tee today, with an opportunity to extend this lead on the stroke of half-time.
Samuel Madhuvanta with the opportunity to add the gloss on this Havelock first half. Makes no mistake from about 25 meters out, and that's half-time here at Havelock Park. Police Sports Club trailing 13 points to nil as Havelocks are in the driver's seat. As we can see the score confirmation, Havelock Sports Club 13 points in the driver's seat with a lead with Police still unable to break the 0-point mark there, as they have not had any answers to this Havelock's attack, and the Police attack too has been quite toothless.
Yes, as we take a look at the highlights of that first half, Madhuvanta with the initial drop goal attempt falling short. And then a couple of good breaks by Havelocks. And Madhuvanta with that monster penalty attempt opening the scoring for Havelocks. Police had the opportunities but just unable to execute at the crucial moments. And then a wonderful wraparound move. Ball going to Varnapura's hands. Had a lot of work to do and did brilliantly well to stay on his feet and go over for the only try of this game. And Madhuvanta with a brilliant conversion from the left flank right through the upright, and on the stroke of half-time, Madhuvanta further extending the lead for Havelocks to be sitting pretty 13 points to nil at half-time. So we'll go in for a quick commercial break, and we'll see you on the other side in time for the second half kickoff.
Cricket's American Revolution, American Premier League 2023, 19th to 31st December. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
මේ ක්‍රිස්මස් සීසන් එකේ ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න කැමතිද? එහෙමනම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් කනෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙන ඔයාලට අඟල් 65ක ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න chance එකක්. ඒකට කරන්න ඕනේ මාසයක් පුරාවට ඔක්කොම ඩයලොග් ටීවී channels බලන්න පුළුවන් රුපියල් 499ක seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න එක විතරයි. ගෙදර හැමෝටම සතුට ෂෙයා කරන්න. My Dialog app එකෙන් නැත්නම් SMS හරහා seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය Dialog Television.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Volk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Hey, have you heard about Z?
Easy. KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න. Beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න. හදවත වහවලා යන්න. Kinder fashion කරන්න. Fun උතුරන්න. කොත්තමි kick එක මෙන්න. Prima කොත්තමි. fun තමයි.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. Now exclusively on Dialogue TV channel #126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big leagues now.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big leagues now.
Taken.
Big leagues now.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Introducing NeosPay, a fun way to make payments from your Neos app. For the fun of paying, #NeosPaid.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න. Beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න. හදවත වහවලා යන්න. Kinder fashion කරන්න. Fun උතුරන්න. කොත්තමි kick එක වෙන්න. Prima කොත්තමි. fun තමයි. Hey, have you heard about Z?
KYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking. Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances. Amazing.
Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
about Z?
Easy.
VKYC.
Easy.
Mobile banking.
Crazy.
Education loans and salary advances.
Amazing. Introducing the Digital Youth Account. NDBZ. NDBZ from NDB Bank. The future is banking on us.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය ද පපරේ TV තාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය ද පපරේ TV තාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Welcome back to Police Park. It's Havelock Sports Club in with the lead, 13 points to nil. Police with everything to play for in this second half. Trailing at home, this is not the position they would have been wanting to find themselves in. But having said that, I think Havelock Sports Club made a few changes to their game plan, adapted well, and now they find themselves in the driver's seat. Abdullah Yusuf with me in the commentary box. Abdullah, what do you think Police need to change if they are to come back into this game in the second half?
Yes, I think they need to play the territory game much smarter than they did in that first half. Sure, Coach Niloufar Ibrahim would have had a few stern words to his chargers. They'll be chasing the game in this second half, and in these conditions, that's not an easy task. Havelocks, you have to say, were definitely much more smart in the way they went about things in that first half. They played the territory game and took their opportunities when it came their way. And Samuel Madhuwanta, with a priceless 8 points from his boot, proved to be crucial. Just seemed to have a bit of a delay in recommencing proceedings. You can see referee Ravin Alexander and the chief match commissioner Kosala Ranasinghe concerned about something.
I think by the looks of it, they are not too happy with the near touch line. And that said, can see the ground staff attending to things and a few cones to indicate something. We're not too sure that that's the line of touch. Well, in fact, yes, we get the confirmation that that is the touch line and not the line before that.
Yes, that did cause a bit of confusion in the first half. We saw the Havelock skipper not too sure from where to exactly throw the ball in. And as you can very clearly see, there are the line just in front of those cones is the one that is visible. So they decided to lay out some markers for this second half.
Well, police are not finding themselves in quite a good position. They're chasing the game, and in conditions such as this, Abdullah, it'll be quite difficult to do so. And I think they'll be hoping that they will be the team to score first in the second half.
Yes, that's crucial. We are talking just during the last 5 minutes of that first half as well, that it was important to police at the very least not to concede points. If they can get some form of score, that'll give them a little bit of confidence going into the second half. But with that final play, they infringed at the breakdown and conceded a penalty. So police with everything to do. Havelocks on their part will need to continue attacking. You don't want to sit back and let this game drift along.
Yes, you will not want to sit back and invite pressure on yourselves as well. And Havelock Sports Club are in the driver's seat in prime position in this game. But that said, they can't sit back and invite pressure on themselves. Still, the lines aren't too visible, as the referee, the ARs, aren't too happy with how things are going about. But we can see that a bit of running repairs are being done to this police ground. We will go in for a quick commercial break and be back on the other side no sooner we have some action.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV ඩාලා ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව.
Cricket's American Revolution, American Premier League 2023, 19th to 31st December. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers that have gone. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
මේ ක්‍රිස්මස් සීසන් එකේ ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න කැමතිද? එහෙමනම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් කනෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙන ඔයාලට අඟල් 65ක ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න chance එකක්. ඒකට කරන්න ඕනේ මාසයක් පුරාවට ඔක්කොම ඩයලොග් ටීවී channels බලන්න පුළුවන් රුපියල් 499ක seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න එක විතරයි. ගෙදර හැමෝටම සතුට ෂෙයා කරන්න. My Dialogue app එකෙන් නැත්නම් SMS හරහා seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය Dialogue Television.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. Now exclusively on Dialogue TV channel number 126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, one champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Havelock. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV ඩාලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව
Cricket's American Revolution, American Premier League 2023, 19th to 31st December. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
මේ ක්‍රිස්මස් සීසන් එකේ ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න කැමතිද? එහෙමනම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් කනෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙන ඔයාලට අඟල් 65ක ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න chance එකක්. ඒකට කරන්න ඕනේ මාසයක් පුරාවට ඔක්කොම ඩයලොග් ටීවී channels බලන්න පුළුවන් රුපියල් 499ක seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න එක විතරයි. ගෙදර හැමෝටම සතුට ෂෙයා කරන්න. My Dialogue app එකෙන් නැත්නම් SMS හරහා seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය Dialogue Television.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. Now exclusively on Dialogue TV channel number 126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Havelock. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ක්‍රීඩා විකාශනයේ මෙතෙක් අත් නොවිති නව්‍යතම අත්දැකීම් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා ටෙලිවිෂනයේ සම්ප්‍රාප්තිය The Papare TV ඩාලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 126 ඔස්සේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව
Cricket's American Revolution, American Premier League 2023, 19th to 31st December. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big leagues now.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big leagues now.
Taken.
Big leagues now.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
මේ ක්‍රිස්මස් සීසන් එකේ ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න කැමතිද? එහෙමනම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් කනෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙන ඔයාලට අඟල් 65ක ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න chance එකක්. ඒකට කරන්න ඕනේ මාසයක් පුරාවට ඔක්කොම ඩයලොග් ටීවී channels බලන්න පුළුවන් රුපියල් 499ක seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න එක විතරයි. ගෙදර හැමෝටම සතුට ෂෙයා කරන්න. My Dialogue app එකෙන් නැත්නම් SMS හරහා seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය Dialogue Television.
8 contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Catch the excitement real time. Be up to date with it all. Let us capture your milestones. Get it sizzling hot off the turf. Hear the experts break it down. Dig deep into the nitty-gritties. Be inspired by their greatness. Relive all the scintillating action.
The history maker of sport. Innovative, incomparable, unleashing an experience. The Papare TV. Now exclusively on Dialogue TV channel number 126, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. Club Rugby is back on the Papare. Eight contenders, 1 champion. Nippon Paint Rugby League, 1st December onwards. Live on the Papare TV, Dialogue TV channel 126, Dialogue View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel.
Welcome back to www.thepapare.com, and after a bit of a delay here at Police Park, we are in all readiness for the second half to kick off. There's a bit of an issue with the lines on the near touchline, and that's what the delay was all about. But now we are back, and by the looks of it, it'll be Naveen Kanishka to kick off for the second half. Ravin Fernando collects it, puts on some footwork and is held up. The ball too held up by Police Sports Club. Has it been ripped away? By the looks of it, it has been, as Police, well, in fact, the referee says that a penalty goes the favour of Havelock Sports Club. We're not too sure why, but we are well underway in the second half, and welcome back, Abdullah.
Yes, Romario. See, Police showing a lot of intent from that kickoff, unfortunately conceding the penalty. Madhuanta making no mistake with the touch finder. Yes, there was a few minutes delay to start proceedings in the second half, as there were a few issues with the ground marking, which has been sorted out now. It is on the side of play where the line out is being held. Those markings where Fajuddin is standing was not visible.
3-man line out, sorry. Collected by Havelock's, well, in fact, collected by Police Sports Club. Scrappy ball there, but secured for Police as the forwards take the ball in. And by the looks of it, the referee is playing an advantage. And now sends it out to the line. Navin Kanishka puts her boot to ball, the former Isipatana fly half. The referee says the advantage is over. And now Shane Hopwood on his left foot, but unfortunately out on the full. So they go back for the line out in favour of Havelock Sports Club.
Yes, it's interesting. Looks like skipper Nilfer Ibrahim has rung the changes in the Police outfit for this second half. So far in the backs we can see the former Isipatana skipper Navin Kanishka has come onto the field. Looks like he'll be manning that number 10 position. And Shane Hopwood has come into the number 15 position as well. Yes, Prince Charmer is still on the field, so you presume that young Kanishka will play in the center position. We're just trying to figure that out. We'll get back to you once we have an idea exactly of where he'll be playing, as the line out has been won by Havelocks. Unfortunately, knocked on. So don't think the Havelock three-quarters were expecting the ball to come out from that line out.
Now, by the looks of it, it'll be a scrum in the favour of Police Sports Club. Hapugoda to feed the scrum at the number 9 position. And at first receiver on the far side, it's Navin Kanishka. He'll be partnered with Sachit Silva. Here goes Hirantado. Bit of a wraparound play, and here goes the ball sent out to the wing. But it is well defended by Havelock Sports Club. Looked as if the ball was turned over, but no, it's still in favour of Police. Ball squirts out though. Kicked ahead by Havelock Sports Club, and looks as if things have been turned over. Yes, they have. Possession now with Ravin. Havelocks sending it wide, trying to catch Police short on numbers. Here goes the fullback. Well, in fact, Jayadu Rajaratna was. He set things up. Now Fernando gives it out to Sandesh, as he gives it out to skipper Azmir Fajuddin. Thumped back, put on his back, but ball presented well. Havelock Sports Club. Now the number 12, Mushin Falil, spots a bit of a gap at the back. Puts in a kick. Kick returned by Mithun Hapugoda. Plenty of Havelock's players in backfield to return it. Now Samuel Madhuanta. No prizes for guessing. Puts boot to ball. Lovely collection by Dulanjana. Single-handed. Runs straight and hard. Ball still with Police Sports Club. Some good pressure coming in, but well secured by Police Sports Club. And the forwards now making a bit of headway. Mithun looks and gives it out to Shane Hopwood. He takes a couple of steps, puts in a kick, a good kick. Jayadu Rajaratna feels it. Not the best of passes to Sandesh. Charged down, but now penalty to the Police Sports Club, and by the looks of it, for that little bit of an infringement there, Jayadu Rajaratna sees yellow for not letting the kicker run through, and he will sit out for 10 minutes.
So decision time for Police. Will they go for points or go to touch? Looks like they'll be going to the corner or not. So Havelocks have lost their right wing, Rajaratna, for obstruction. Police have decided to go to the post. The only problem they are facing is they have replaced their goal kicker Prince Chamara, so looks like it'll be the former Isipatna skipper Naveen Kanishka taking the kicks at goal. It's be a real test for the young lad. Not renowned for his place kicking as much during his school days. But will he be able to do a job for this police team?
And news from Yafos after that kick was missed by Naveen Kanishka. Unfortunately, just pulling it away to the left-hand side. Police still trailing 13 points to nil.
Yes, it's a massive gamble, isn't it, Romar, in these conditions to pull out your best place kicker unless you have another sub who is as good. It is a big risk.
And the news from Ratmalana is that Kandy were in the lead at half time, and the second half too began, but there has been a bit of a lightning there and the game has been suspended. Kandy in the lead 10 points to 6. We'll bring you updates no sooner we hear from Ratmalana, but in the meantime Samuel Madhuanta puts in a thumping 22-meter restart. Hopwood puts on some footwork, use it to Akash. He has numbers on the outside, tucks it in and goes. The number 11 unfortunately loses the ball, but the pass which was thrown forward by the police player, and it'll be Havelock's possession by the way of a scrum.
Yes, it's a skill which players really need to work on during their training sessions of staying in play when the touchline beckons. Just need to step inside and create another phase. Composure is crucial in that decision-making process. Far too often we've seen in this club league players being bundled into touch when nothing is on. Another big scrum by police. But Havelocks have managed to retain the ball. It's a huge scrum by police. Assistant referee. Just having a word with the front row, and looks like police are going to be penalized for illegal scrummaging. Could see some of the police forwards not very pleased with the decision.
Unfortunately for police, nothing seems to be going their way, Abdullah. Unfortunately for police, that too isn't allowed, as once a ball crosses the plane of touch, the player who is outside needs to collect it and find himself inside the field of play. He just cannot tap the ball and stay outside, because if he does that, it's considered that the ball is out from the line out. So that's what the referee has called there, rightly so. Now Havelocks with a shortened line out. Ganidu from in front collects it, but bit of pressure coming in, and unfortunately for Havelock's Sports Club, the referee says that the throw is not straight.
Yes, you just sense that in this game or in this half, scrums and lineouts are going to prove crucial. Both teams seem to be struggling at set piece time.
Some good pressure came there by the jumper, and also some good pressure there by Dulanjan on the referees. And I think that's clearly how he managed to win that turnover ball. Now Hapugoda feeds the scrum. Good pressure coming in, and an advantage too for Police Sports Club. Hiranta throws a long cutout pass to the winger. He puts on some footwork, but he's well contained by Havelocks. Now Mithun, he throws yet another cutout pass. Vimalaratna, the skipper, throws an offload in Sunny Bill fashion, but unfortunately for him and Police, the ball is turned over. However, the referee is coming back for the scrum infringement. Says that the front rows did not shove straight. Now Naveen Kanishka puts boot to ball and finds good touch.
Yes, a good touch find by Kanishka. Will give him a lot of confidence. As we have a look at that replay of that scrum once again, could see Abdullah Faiz driving up right in front of the referee. Throw in by Police, cleanly collected and collapsed illegally, so it will be an advantage for Police Sports Club. And it will be another penalty. That sack was deemed illegal. So we'll give Police an opportunity to further get close to that Havelock's goal line. Kanishka finds the mark, and it'll be another line out on the 5 meter mark. As we have a look at that once again, collapsed illegally, deemed by referee Alexander.
Now Police in prime attacking field position. To a shortened line out. Dulanjana finds skipper, but well disrupted there by Shehan Dias. Got in front of the jumper. The ball, however, has squirted out. Havelocks somehow managing to secure possession. Now Raveen to Sandesh. No chance of finding touch. Kicks it straight to centre field. On the attack, our Police Sports Club. The number 11 putting on some footwork and accelerating. Here goes the Police Sports Club. Akash on the wing. In the far touchline. Steps back inside. Secures possession for Police Sports Club. Now hot on attack is Mohan Vimalaratna. He takes the ball straight and hard. Sets things up. Here goes Police Sports Club through their forwards. Now Naveen Kanishka. Man on the outside. Hiranta bumps in. And he goes over for the first try for Police Sports Club. What a lovely bit of play there by the home team. And they open their scoring with a try.
Yeah, brilliant stuff by Havelocks. Rather by Police, but you'd have to say the decision making of Jai Vikrama with that clearance kick was pretty poor. Kicked it right into centre play and gave ample room for Police to launch another counter attack. But how well they executed in these conditions. Sent the ball right to the corner on the right flank and worked it right back, and the Havelock's defense were absolutely stretched. And we've got to keep in mind, Romario, the downer player as well, and it was scored on that right flank. So Rajaratnan, the right wing 3/4, was not on the field, and you have to say that not having that extra man definitely proved costly for Havelocks. So with that try, Police are definitely back in this game.
Yes, indeed, some lovely bit of play there by Police Sports Club. They returned the kick with vengeance, went to the far touchline, and then once it was swung to the near touchline, Havelocks were caught out. Hopwood, unfortunately, isn't on target. Score remains 5 points for Police Sports Club, 13 points for Havelocks Sports Club as we see the replay.
Yes, nice distribution by Navin Kanishka to his schoolmate Hiranta Pereira. And from that kind of distance, there was no stopping him. Barged over. The conversion not successful. Just hope for police's sake, not having a regular place kicker in their ranks for the second half. I hope it won't prove costly for their sake. So there was a knock-on from that kickoff.
Unfortunately for Police Sports Club, they failed to collect the restart cleanly. Knocked on. And these are the sort of errors that the coach tends to pull their hair out.
Yes, just as you've got on the scoreboard, you want to drive play back into the opponent's half. But that just wasn't the case. So it'll be a scrum in favor of Havelocks.
Fernando preparing to feed the scrum. Now it's secured under the number 8's foot. Fernando gives it out to Jayavikrama. He throws a cutout pass. A couple of passes later, Dinupa Seneviratne takes it into contact. Settles things up. Havelocks still with possession. But unfortunately for them, slight knock-on the floor. And possession is turned over for the home team.
Yes, again, taking the ball into contact and losing it. Players just need to be more aware of the conditions and adjust accordingly. Not most have done it successfully in this game so far. Probably Havelocks thus far better than Police on the whole. But sometimes the individual skills haven't been top of the mark as it should be given the conditions.
We also need to mention, Abdullah, that the yellow carded player is back on the field, and also the rain has ceased, but still the conditions are a bit wet.
So Hapugoda with the conversion. Coach Neil Ibrahim has made some big calls, especially in the back line, isn't it? He's thrown two youngsters onto the ground. Have no issues with that. The only issue that could be a problem is the place kicking for Police.
Now Hapugoda feeds the scrum. Gives it out to Navin Kanishka. He sends it out to Hopwood. He puts boot to ball. Not the best of kicks, unfortunately for Hopwood. Not the best of connection as well. And he finds the ball going out on the full.
Yes, they were trying to make maximum use of Hopwood's left foot. Unfortunately, just slicing that kick. And going over the touchline. So it'll be a scrum just outside the 25 in favor of Havelocks. In these conditions, you just got to keep things as simple as possible.
Really unfortunate there for Police. Second time as well, the exit has failed them. Now, Fajuddin goes to number 2. Unfortunately, Diaz isn't lifted high enough as Police secure the ball. Will they be third time lucky with clearing their lines? Big number 8 takes it up into contact. Now Hapugoda gives it out to Kanishka. To Hiranta as he puts boots to ball. Well positioned is Samuel Madhuanta. He puts on a lovely step, beats a couple, gets an offload in basketball style. Here goes Randhita Varnapura. He's held up in the tackle, but he's finally brought down. Havelocks secure possession. Now the 9 and 10 have changed, but Havelock Sports Club still with possession. Now Fernando to Shenal, and he gives it to Faiz Abdullah, his prop-in partner. Unfortunately though, the ball is turned over via a penalty, taken quickly. Hapugoda taken down as Police are still playing with an advantage. Gives it out to the number 11. He puts boot to ball. Jayathu Rajaratna gives a bit of a hospital pass to Samuel, but thankfully for him and Havelock Sports Club, the referee goes back for the penalty advantage.
Yes, another unforced error at the breakdown. There is a good quick tap taken by Hapogoda. It's something that he is well known for. Just trying to up the pace of the game a bit. A couple of players down. Mushin Falil back on his feet, as well as Misal Samadhi, the police lock. Fortunately, he seems to be back up on his feet. So now in Kanishka. Finds touch. So another good attacking opportunity for police. So will police be able to make further inroads into this Havelock's lead? A score here, Romario, and things could get very interesting.
Indeed, and some good intent shown there by the police forwards, having a bit of a chat and then running to their mark. So you can see that they are clearly displaying positive intent. Dulanjana just settling things, preparing to throw into the line out. The big number 4, Mohan Vimalatna, unfortunately coughs things up, and that's not what you will be hoping that your skipper will do in a crunch moment as such. Still, however, after making their error, Vimalaratna has plenty to say. Unfortunately though, he needs to just let the play do the talking and continue with things. But now Havelock Sports Club with the feed.
Yeah, that was a poor line out by police. They absolutely needed to get some clean position from that. Just apply a bit of pressure on Havelocks, but as a result of that knock on, chance for Havelocks to clear their lines and get out of their 22. Ball fed in by Ravin Fernando. Another big scrum by police. But Havelocks managed to get the ball out, and this time Jai Vikrama finds good touch. Last time around, his clearance into the center field cost his team a try this time. Having learned from that mistake, made sure that he finds touch.
Dulanjana playing in the number 8 position when they attack and in hooker, and also tasked with throwing into lineouts. Now the skipper this time collects it well, but unfortunately the referee deems that the lineout wasn't thrown in straight.
As both teams set piece play has been found wanting, and that's just resulted in a bit of a stop and start affair.
In fact, news from Ratmalana is that lightning has struck our production setup, and with that the game too has been altered. Measures are being taken to restart proceedings, but we are not too sure how long it will take. and we hope that no one is injured there, as Ravin feeds a scrum for Havelocks. Now from under the number 8's foot, he gives it to Sandesh. He double two passers, but unfortunately the number 28 for Havelocks, Sudesh Javikrama, not the best of first touches for him.
Yes, joining his brother Sandesh on the field. Had an outstanding season for St. Peter's last year. I'm being told that he's making his first appearance for Havelock Sports Club. Bit of a tough start or tough conditions for him to walk into. Till he has the quality and the skills to overcome whatever challenge that this game could pose for him.
Things have been shuffled. Jayatu Rajaratna has left for Havelocks. Dinup has gone to 14 and Sudesh to 13. Now Hiranta runs straight and hard. Gets the offload away. Break made by the number 14 for Police Sports Club. He's still on his feet and does well to secure possession. That was Sujan Kodiduakku. Now the ball spread wide to the far touchline. Police Sports Club still with possession. Havelocks doing their best to slow things, but illegally says the referee, and the advantage comes out. Here goes the police forwards. Taking the ball, keeping it close. Now a double cutout pass, and Dulanjana finds himself in some space, but he's put on his back with a good tackle. And the referee says that there is no advantage, as the double blow on the whistle.
What a wonderful break by the police three quarters. The initial half break by Hiranta Pereira. And Sujan Kodituaku running a wonderful support line. Almost going over. Unfortunately, just unable to put the finishing touches. As we have a look at that once again. Hiranta dummying, breaking the first line of defense. And a wonderful line by Sujan Kodituaku. Pop-up pass courtesy his center. Some desperate scrambling defense by Havelocks, preventing a try being scored. But they were penalized for being offside. Looks like police have opted for a scrum from that penalty.
And quite a few substitutions by both teams. Number 30 and number 4 for Havelocks Sport Club. Silva and Ganidu Lakshan are making their way off. So did Shanaka Harishchandra for Police Sports Club.
It's interesting to see the options that will be taken. Two experienced campaigners in Mithun Hapugoda and Dulanjana Wijasekara at the back of the scrum. Ball fed in. Deciding to go out wide. Hiranta Pereira. But that's a big hit by Moshin Falil. Hiranta thought that he would have been able to get the better, but massive hit by Moshin Falil has just pinned Havelock's back. But referee looks like he has his hands out for another advantage. Police attacking along the fringes. Taking the ball up. Again a no arms tackle. Hapugoda slinging a dummy. Looks like one of the Havelocks players could be in trouble, not just in terms of an injury, but a no arms tackle as well. Looks like the assistant referee has picked it up as well. So just have a look at that replay once again. See the no arms tackle. just diving in front of the ball carrier. So Havelocks could be in a bit of trouble here. Could be down to 14 players once again. It's Abdullah Faiz who leaves the field. And I believe that he was the culprit of that tackle as well. So from that penalty, Havelocks, rather police have opted for another scrum. But that was a big hit by Mushin Falil on his opposite number. Prevented police getting another attacking platform.
Yes, indeed, Abdullah rightly said. Hiranda thought he could just run through Mushin Falil. But Mushin Falil, experienced campaigner, put his head down and drove straight and hard. And there was no meters made by a police sports club, but thankfully for them, a bit of a brain fade by Faiz Abdullah as he dived in to the attacker. No arms.
So let's just have a look at that hit once again. Hiranda Pereira thought he could bund lower, but Mushin Falil had other ideas. That's just what you want from your inside centre, isn't it, Romario? A big defender who can take you across the line but prevent the opposite number from getting across his own defensive line as well. So another scrum for police and a good attacking opportunity. Slight delay because Abdullah Faiz has left the field, so another replacement prop forward will have to take his place.
And by the looks of it, Havelocks are down to 14 men as Christian Delisle too, who just came onto the field, has to make his way back to the bench because a front row player is in the sin bin, and hence Shehan Silva finds himself back on the field, but a bit of confusion, and the referee just going to clear things out. Now things seem to be sorted out, and Hapugod feeds a scrum, gives it out to Naveen Kanishka. He runs with a short ball, but unfortunately Akash loses it forward. Here goes Dinupa Seneviratna. He loses the ball backwards as well, but the referee says no advantage. And unfortunately that little break broke the momentum for Police Sports Club.
Yes, and this time it was the youngster Sandesh Jayavikrama putting in a big hit on his opposite number. So two big tackles by the Havelock centres, saving their blushers. It will definitely give that lad a lot of confidence. So from this scrum, an opportunity to clear their lines. Ball is fed. A big scrum by Police. But referee has his hands out for an advantage. An illegal drive. Around the corner is the call. So chance for Havelocks to clear their lines as we have a look at that once again. Brilliantly read by the young lad. They just tried a small pop pass between the centers. But Junior Jayavikrama was up to the task. And as a result of that scrum infringement, Havelocks have managed to push Police back onto the halfway mark. You have a look at that scrum infringement coming right round the corner. So Fajuddin with the throw into the line out. Does well, finds Delisle. Ball is sent to the number 6. Udar Lakshan, who takes it up. Recycled well. Junior Jayavikrama does really well to ward off a couple of defenders. Ball comes up to Mushin Falil. Good hanging kick. Not very familiar with the boot, but safely collected by Hapugoda. So Police with an opportunity to launch an attack. Akash on the short side takes it up. But have been penalized. Some brilliant work by Janindo Fernando. The Havelocks number 8. The Police players just a bit slow to get to that breakdown. You can see Hapugoda playing his first game of the season. First start of the season, I'm being corrected. Probably feeling the impact of that. And as a result of that penalty, looks like Havelocks have decided to go to the post. And having and the form that Samuel Madhuwanta has been in today, who is to say he won't be able to get this over? Madhuwanta strikes it brilliantly. What a wonderful kick in these conditions. He has constantly kept Havelocks ahead in this game. That just can be absolutely demoralizing for the Police outfit. In these difficult conditions, to be kicking and executing your kicks like that is absolutely brilliant. Well collected by Shehan Dias, but unfortunately, once again losing the ball in contact. Did the hard work, collecting that awkward kick, but unfortunately knocking it on in contact. Havelocks looking to make a few replacements.
By the looks of it, Mohammad Rifan is finding himself coming on for Ravin Fernando. So there will be a change in the number 9 position. Havelocks, however, still one man light with Abdullah Faiz in the naughty chair for a few more minutes. But now Police are with a mountain to climb.
As Police just have to ensure that they get something for having this one-man advantage. So far, it's Havelocks who have managed to get 3 points during this period. So it seems to be another stoppage in play.
It's also, Abdullah, about the returns when the team goes into their opponent's 22. Police have been camped pretty much inside the Havelock's 22 this second half, but unfortunately they have just managed one try. But for Havelocks, they have actually not gone into the 22 of Police, but still they managed a penalty which extended their lead.
Yes, and not only that, they have had to suffer 2 yellow cards as well. Well, Police have managed to keep their full complement of players on the field. So Police, again, this time deciding not to apply too much pressure in the scrum, deciding to go out wide. Have managed to get the ball out to their wing three-quarter, Kodi Tuako, but driven back by Havelocks. Ball is being recycled. But again, Havelocks applying a lot of pressure defensively, rushing off their line. And this time, Fajuddin, you'd have to say, very correctly penalized for not releasing the tackler. So decision-making time for Havelocks. You'd have to say they'd go for touch. They don't have a recognized place kicker in their ranks. And Kanishka manages to drive play right on into the 22.
Police Sports Club will no doubt be looking at some returns from this drive into the opponent's 22. The line out not collected cleanly, but still comes the way of Police Sports Club. Now Dulanjana takes the ball, runs straight and hard. The referee's arm is out for an advantage. Not too sure why though, but now Kanishka, Hirant, cut out pass to Hopwood. He has a number on the outside. Tried to get the short ball away, but a good tackle coming in yet again. By the looks of it, it was Sudesh Jayavikrama yet again. But the referee goes back for the advantage.
Yes, the young lad has made a couple of crucial tackles from that number 13 position. More accustomed to playing in the inside center position for his school, but has made the adjustment well defensively. Such an important position is the number 13 jersey. Kanishka once again slots it into the line, into touch. Police line out just hasn't functioned well enough today.
And more changes coming in for Havelock Sports Club. Sandesh Jayavikrama is replaced by Chanaka Chandimal. And by the looks of it, Mushin Falil is making the long walk. And he's replaced by Janit Chandimal. So more changes coming in for Havelock Sports Club. Fresh legs. Dulanjana. This time he's at the halfback position in the line out. But yet another line out goes the way of Havelock Sports Club. There has been a constant worry for Police. And now Rifan gives it out to Samuel Madhuant. Does not get the best of purchase. But makes a bit of a dramatic fall inside his in goal. But the referee continues play. Now Police from outside the Havelock's 22. But unfortunately, the ball is turned over yet again. Another penalty goes away of Havelock Sports Club. And Police can't just put a foot right.
Yes, and this time it was some great work by the reserve prop forward. I think it was Nipul Atukorala. Pouncing on that breakdown. Looks like the referees and the assistant referee having a small conversation. Wonder whether it was for that late hit. Or if it was something else.
The referee just check in with Samuel Madhuanta. Whether he is fine. and having a bit of a word with Naveen Kanishka. And rightly so, just continues play and restarts with that turnover penalty for Havelock Sports Club. And now Samuel Madhuanta straight away finds touch. It does seem to be getting a bit dark here at Police Sports Club, at Police Park rather. There was a bit of a slight hold up before the kickoff of the second half, and I think that is what is coming back to haunt us. But having said that, on our clock there seems to be about 8 minutes or so left. Now to the line out. Fajuddin misses his mark, but collected at the tail. However, ball turned over. Dulanjana gives a basketball style offload. Now skipper gives it out to Naveen. Hirantha single-handedly collected, but well defended by Sudesh. No advantage, says the referee, as he runs back for the initial knock-on, and possession goes the favor of Havelock for the favor of Police Sports Club.
So once again, both teams' lineouts just not functioning, unable to find their mark. It's resulted in that stop-start affair, isn't it, Romario, in this game? It's getting a bit dark here at Police Park. We still have about 7 minutes remaining.
News from Ratmalani is that Candia in the lead, 20 points to 6 with about 10 minutes or so left. So Candy seems to be on their way to secure their fourth win. Havelocks as well here at Police Park seem to be on the correct side. Mithun Hapugoda gives it out to Naveen Kanishka. This time puts a bit of a grabber, but it doesn't beat the defensive line. Here goes Janit Chandimal. Runs across and he's put down. Some good defensive play there by Police Sports Club. And the ball still finds itself on the side of Havelocks. As the Pinks, now Rifan gives it back to Samuel Madhuanta. His drop goal attempt isn't successful.
So scrum being awarded to Police. Thought it was a drop goal attempt, but must have been some other infringement. So Police desperately need to make something out of this. Havelocks need to keep in mind, still down to 14 players. Hapugoda to Hiranda Pereira. Akash Madhushan trying to create something. Making a bit of headway. Another short pass. Slow ball again for Police. But a good break, getting over that first line of defense. And Havelocks have turned possession over. Rifan using his boot to good effect. Driving play into the 22. And a very good chase. But Police have come away with it. Hopwood taking the ball up. Again, slow ball. Allowing Havelock's defense to realign. Hapugoda gets it out to Dulanjana, who takes the ball up. Again, slow ball. Havelocks will be quite happy with this. Atukorala trying to make some headway, but some good stout defense by Havelocks preventing. Hirantha changing direction, trying to create something, keeping the ball alive. Police shifting the ball out wide. Hopwood to Akash once again. Akash waits the one defender, waits the second defender, bumps off the third, makes some good headway. And Police and Havelocks penalized for not staying on their feet from that ruck. Just entering the final 3 minutes of this game. Police definitely need to speed things up. Kanishka will look to find touch. That's a good touch finder. Driving play into the 22. Madhuanta trying to type it back, but not successfully. So Havelocks need to keep in mind they need to score twice to get back into the game. The clock is against them. Good throw, but again skipper unable to hold on to the ball. And Rifan has booted the ball into touch. And that's the final play of the game. You could just see the delight on the Havelocks lad's face. How important this win cannot be underestimated for this Havelocks team in their endeavor to make it into the top 4. They were under a lot of pressure, but eventually that halftime cushion of leading 13 points to nil proved to be the difference. And Police will definitely rue not making maximum of the opportunities that presented itself. Need to keep in mind that Havelocks had to play this game with 14 players for 60 minutes, and Police were just not good enough to capitalize on that.
Yes, indeed. Quite unfortunate for Police Sports Club. They did have plenty of territory and possession in the second half. However, the Havelocks defense held firm, and a toothless Police attack did not. They weren't able to make any headway, and in the end, they find themselves on the wrong side of the scoreboard yet again. Havelocks, on the other hand, they'll be quite pleased with their defensive show here at Police Park, and in good conditions they somehow managed to adapt to the wet ball and the wet conditions, and once they were in the lead at the end of the first half, there was no signs of them relinquishing that, as Police were chasing it, but unfortunately they fell short. Police ending the game 5 points to 16 as Havelocks Sports Club secure yet another comfortable win and go into the new year on a winning note.
Yes, Havelocks will be absolutely thrilled with this win. It was not the prettiest of games, but to their credit, they got the job done. So we have a look at the highlights of this second half. A wonderful collection by Dulanjana. Charge down by Havelocks wing 3/4, resulting in a holdback, which resulted in a Havelocks player being sent off. And from that ensuing set play, Police struck back. And then a wonderful bit of play by Hirantha Pereira and Sujan Kodituaku, very nearly crossing that goal line. But again, Police just not being able to put the finishing touches. And our man of the match today, Samuel Madhuanta, what a wonderful kicking exhibition he displayed. And eventually his boot was the difference between both teams.
Yes, indeed. Havelocks Sports Club and the Police both managed just a single try. But as you rightly said, the boot of Samuel Madhuanta is what separates the two teams. Samuel with 1 conversion and 3 penalties to his name. That helped Havelock go to 16 points, and Police on the other hand managed just 5 points through their solitary try from Hiranta, as that was not enough. Police unfortunately fall short yet again and fall to their 3rd defeat in 4 games. For Havelocks, it's the opposite. It's their 3rd win in 4 games, and now they solidify their place in the top 4. And also not forgetting the Black Knight player of the match, Samuel Madhuanta, for all his kick-in prowesses. So that's it from us here at thepapare.com. Me, Romario De Silva, signing off alongside Abdullah Yusuf with our production and technical crew. Until next week, it's good night and goodbye.
ක්‍රිස්මස් සීසන් එකේ ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න කැමතිද? එහෙමනම් ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් කනෙක්ෂන් එකක් තියෙන ඔයාලට අඟල් 65ක ස්මාර්ට් ටීවී එකක් දිනාගන්න chance එකක්. ඒකට කරන්න ඕනේ මාසයක් පුරාවට ඔක්කොම ඩයලොග් ටීවී channels බලන්න පුළුවන් රුපියල් 499ක seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න එක විතරයි. ගෙදර හැමෝටම සතුට ෂෙයා කරන්න. My Dialog app එකෙන් නැත්නම් SMS හරහා seasonal channel pack එක activate කරගන්න. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසාස්වාදය Dialog Television.
Cricket's American Revolution, American Premier League 2023, 19th to 31st December. Live on the Papare TV, Dialog TV channel 126, Dialog View app and the Papare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel. The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Prima Kottumi, Fantamai.
Smashed him for 6. Richardson knocks him over. Magnificent catch. Falk. He gets all of it.
KFC Big Bash League 2023.
Protect your home from harmful bacteria. Nippon Paint Medifresh, a powerful combination of silver and zinc ions. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Yeah.
Smashed him for 6. Big bombs. Myers at a go. Richardson knocks him over.
You in the big league.
Celebration. He is fired up.
Big league stand.
Magnificent catch.
You in the big league stand.
Taken.
Big league stand.
Heroic. He gets all of it.
The biggest bash of T20 cricket is here. KFC Big Bash League 2023.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.